There are two wars going on. What can we expect from Donald Trump?
I mean, you are already seeing that, in one of the wars, as a result of the president-elect coming in and the pressure that countries are seeing, we have a prospective deal that is coming together, right? And he's said very pointedly that he does not want war. He does not like suffering. He does not like war. He's a guy who likes deals. And that's what people should expect throughout in geopolitics.
Yeah.
You look back in the first term, the Trump administration just completely redefined the moment on how economic security is considered part of national security. They sanctioned Huawei, they sanctioned ZTE, and that China hawkishness will continue, even more so. The Biden administration has made dual-use technology, semiconductors, AI, a critical cornerstone of their national security strategy. You should expect the Trump administration to continue that, even double down on it, control more technologies from going to China.
Some of the areas where he probably differs on how Biden handled some of the foreign situation, and what do you think the change could be when he takes office?
I'm not sure as to how much change will take place. I know for a fact that the Biden administration and the Trump officials have been working pretty closely. I know that the Trump officials have been in the Gulf with Biden officials to ensure that there's a transition.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a positive transition from Biden to Trump when it comes to the Gulf. When it comes to other things, the difference, I think you'll see just a lot of focus on the domestic side, a lot of executive orders, and I think it's going to take time for a lot of people to kind of absorb the impact.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also probably see a lot of lawsuits as well.
Yeah. The shock and awe that's been talked about of this executive orders is what you're trying to talk to.
Yeah, but I mean, every administration has that shock and awe type of thing. The
Uh-huh.
Biden administration did the same thing as well. When they first came in, they also issued a lot of executive orders. So the issuing of executive orders is not a new thing. It's a question really on whose side you're on.
Okay.
So I think border people are going to be happy. I think people who want to curb illegal immigration are going to be happy.
What are the few first things that comes to your mind, especially thinking from American perspective, that they would want to work with India under this new administration?
Well, you have to understand Trump 2.0, the global situation is so different than Trump 1.0. China economically is weaker. Middle East is in turmoil, but Iran is kind of weakened. You have Ukraine-Russia war going on, and they would like to come to some kind of terms to make a deal itself. In the U.S., the economy is booming, and what you have is unemployment at a very, very low level itself. So it's a very, very different scenario coming in. So what we will see is sweeping changes coming from Trump administration, geopolitically and domestically. When I say geopolitically, India becomes critical from that perspective, because Trump team sees India as a partner which can take on an aggressive and assertive China. Yes, Trump is making effort by putting tariffs to bring in industry back to the U.S., but that won't happen overnight.